you're a deputy?
I'm the chief deputy.
You're the chief. I mean, you know we can't be out driving if we've been drinking.
Can't give me a break, man.
You know I can.
In policing, there are several ways that an officer can end up losing their badge, and getting arrested is one of those. And one of the most common ways that happens is through DUI, unfortunately. And if you decide to drive a car and weave across the road and there's an Arkansas state trooper behind you, you're gonna get pulled over, your badge is not gonna save you, and you're gonna end up in the back of a police car. Unfortunately, this is one of those.
Swerving a little, went way off the road back there. Touching the yellow line twice, touching the white line. Yeah. Yellow line again. 045 Young Charles David.
All that swerving, I'm thinking impaired driver or distracted driver with a cell phone. With that swerving, that's what I'm normally thinking.
I'll get up on the driver's side, see if I can smell something.
I like that he narrates this stuff for the body cam. Good stuff.
Hello? Hey. I'm Trooper Valentine, Arkansas State Police. Stopped because you look like you're having trouble controlling your vehicle. All right, what's going on?
A lot. I got
Your arm? Okay, where is it? Huh? It's on your chest? Huh? Been drinking a little?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Can I see your driver's license? So where are you coming from?
Just over Missouri.
Okay.
So when a person says they're armed and there's a firearm inside the car, good practices, hands on the steering wheel. If you decide to reach for anything, please let me know what you're reaching for, or I will tell you what I'd like you to reach for, especially if you don't know where the firearm is. And I always mention that there's a sensory pat down where the olfactory, you're smelling inside the vehicle. He said clearly that he wants to see if he can catch any booze. It seems like he got some booze coming from the person, and you're watching and seeing all the different things going on inside the vehicle. The other thing that I want to mention is also, I saw people asking in the comment when I mentioned about them printing the back of the vehicle. That's in case the vehicle takes off and they find the vehicle, they'll see that the trooper definitely had contact with the vehicle because the trooper's prints are on the back of the vehicle, that touching that you see to the back of the car.
How much have you had to drink?
Not much.
Okay. Well, is your vehicle off? Turn it off for me. All right. Go ahead and step out with me, okay?
He said, how much have you had to drink? And the response was not much. It's a really bad answer to give, because if you're driving a vehicle, the best practice is not to drink at all. But to give a really abstract answer, not much, because that's subjective. Not much to one person could be 2 beers. Not much to another person can be a 6-pack. Really bad answer. And it's not gonna look good for this person going forward.
So you got a gun on you?
It's off.
It's off of you? Is it in the vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're a deputy?
I'm the chief deputy.
You're the chief? Okay. Well, so you know better.
I've had some bad times.
Okay. Well, I understand that. But, I mean, you know we can't be out driving if we've been drinking.
Yeah.
And, you know, I caught you coming back onto the highway back there. You almost hit a sign and then followed you for a little while, and you touched the yellow line twice, touched the white line twice, okay?
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to do some tests on you. All right. You know how all this is going to go. If you are impaired, there's nothing I can do for you. Okay?
Okay.
Because it's not, it wasn't my choice, whatever you've done. And, you know, my job's going to be on the line just like yours is, okay? You got gum in your mouth? Okay, go ahead and spit that out for me. All right.
I would imagine he put that gum in his mouth right when he got pulled over. Whether he's a chief deputy or whatever, the hands in the pockets, it's something that I always have people have their hands out of their pockets, unless I've patted them down.
Come back here toward my car, okay? So how much have you had? You don't know? You don't remember? Okay. Well, pull your hands out of your pockets. All right, go ahead and stand. All right. You gonna be all right?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and stand up for me right here, okay? And face my car. You want to go through these tests, or you just want me to take you in? Huh? I won't take you to Newton. We're in Boone right now, so I'd be taking you to Boone. Okay? I know it sucks. All right, but like I said, it's not my choice.
Can't give me a break, man.
You know I can't. Absolutely can't. It's on camera. I can't do anything about it. I've got family out here on this highway. I'm sure you do too. I do smell. I mean, I could smell some odor of intoxicants. All right. Of course, you've admitted to me that you've had something to drink. It's on camera. You're driving. So it's up to you if you want to take tests or if you just want to go into jail. Well, I understand that, but I'm sure you understood that too when you decided to drive, right? So what do you want to do? Well, we can't sit here all day.
I know.
I'm on a stop just north of 206 on 7 South. Go ahead.
Just for information, I got another call to tell guys. I've called at Aaron Gray. They may be getting permission.
Simple. All right.
So it sounds like dispatch called him and he was out on a stop. And I asked this question before because normal practice, call out the license plate of the vehicle and give your location and tell them that you're on a stop. And I know that sometimes troopers, they don't have radio access or some other things. In fact, someone reached out to me and I wanted to thank that person, a dispatcher in fact, who said that their GPS location is on their vehicles, that the dispatchers have that and it's constantly updated. The plate of the vehicle, he gave it on his dash cam so they could find it afterwards if it really went south. Best practice, give out your location, vehicle plate prior to contacting the vehicle. A lot of Arkansas people have been reaching out to me and telling me a lot about this. I'm learning quite a bit from you guys. So I just wanted to take a second to say thanks for that.
So again, it's up to you. But like I said, we can't sit here all day. So either we can do some tests here, I can PBT you, we can see where you're at. You know the law if you're under 8%. I mean, it's still up to me, you know, between 4% and 8%, whether I want to take you to jail or not. I do have some bad driving. If you're under 8%, I can work with you. If you got somebody that can come get you, we can go that route. Okay.
He doesn't mean 8%, he means 0.08. 8% is very, very high to be alcohol inside of the human body. So he means 0.08, but sometimes people call Arkansas Arizona.
I can't do that. I can't, without testing you, yes, seriously. You know that I have no discretion when it comes to DWI. No, it's not. We've got cameras, we've got everything else. It's not like it used to be. I do wish I could help you out, but I do not have that discretion.
This is really important. There was a change because back in the day, I hired in the early 90s. Prior to that, it was common for people, especially for police and sometimes even with civilians, to let people just get a ride home. And then what happened was people were getting rides home or they were given leeway. Then they get in another vehicle and they go and commit a horrific act behind the wheel after they were stopped. So everything changed, right? When I started in policing and there was no discretion. Whoever you were getting locked up for a DUI if you were behind the wheel. The other law that changed around that same exact time, very interestingly, was domestic violence. Prior to the early 90s, when there was a domestic violence situation, if the one half didn't want to press charges or they would send them to different locations for a cool off period and say, we better not come back here, someone's going to jail. Now, if there's a battery, someone is going to go to jail and there is no discretion. The other point is that there is a holding period placed on people in most jurisdictions. So if a person gets arrested for domestic violence, they don't just get out after they've been in there for 2 hours. There's a cooling off period. Sometimes it's up to 72 hours, I think, or sometimes it's up to 48 hours, depending on the jurisdiction. And with DUI in a lot of places, it's the same, so that you have time to sober up so you don't get out, get behind the wheel of a car and commit a horrific act.
You want to take a chance? We can either, like I said, we can see where you're at, or you can go to jail, not have any further evidence. You know, it's up to you.
No. I guess I'll just go to jail.
Okay.
She wouldn't tell my shit, but...
Have you got somebody close by and come get it within like 5 to 10 minutes?
Man, it's the whole thing in my life.
Well, she's gonna know.
Yeah.
She know where you're at right now?
No.
Okay. Which, I mean, that's none of my personal business, but I'm just, you know, just curious. But like I I said, if you've got somebody that can come get it, again, I can't leave it here, okay? Because if someone comes by and knocks a window out of it, it's going to be on me. So we can't do that. So just so I know right now, I mean, you're refusing all tests. You're not going to take a test when we get down there or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Okay. So do you have someone you can call? Okay. Well, go ahead and get them on the phone, okay? Phone in your truck?
Yeah.
Well, I know you don't want to, but like I said, I mean, I don't want to either. But unfortunately, I do not have a choice.
15 years.
I don't know if you heard it, but he said 15 years on. So he was maybe 5 years from a retirement, and now he's in the peril of potentially losing his job. This is concerning when you see that he says that, you know, he's not looking like he's doing well. He's got a lot going on, and that firearm is still inside the vehicle. These are the things that I think about.
You're cool, man. I'm not.
No, I'm cool. I'm just here hanging out.
Maybe pull over for be a big. I guess.
There's something else I'd like to mention. Police unalive themselves at a much higher rate than the rest of society. So this guy says that he's going through a lot, and now he's potentially going to lose his job, and he's right next to his firearm. These are things that I would be definitely thinking about under the circumstance. New officers or potential officers that are out there, you may run into this type of situation, and this is very good for you to watch on what you would like to do and potentially not want to do, because you may very well be confronted with this situation, and I have. It's not an easy situation to deal with.
How long will it take? Ask how long it'll take, please. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. All right. So we do need to get loaded up. We can sit here and wait till she gets here. Is that your wife coming? Okay. All right. Come on out. You got anything on you? Anything in your pockets? Nothing at all? Huh?
I said that.
It's in your truck? Okay. All right, do me a favor. Walk up this way. Go ahead and put your hands on my car. All right, we're just going to go through this like we normally do.
Really?
Yeah. I just got to follow policy, man. If I want them to back me up, I got to do what they want me to do. All right? Go ahead and put your hands on there. Bring your feet backward toward me. No, put your hands on the car for me. Bring your feet back. All right. So you don't have anything on you? All right. I will do the professional courtesy if you want. We can. I can just cuff you in the front, sit you in the back of my car. You want to do that? Or you rather have them behind your back?
Cuffing me? Seriously?
Like I said, it's policy.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
You want me to follow policy?
I think it's bullshit, by the way, but.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna get my pills up there.
I don't know if you understand what's actually happening here is the suspected DUI deputy is giving the trooper a hard time because he's going to place handcuffs on a person he's going to arrest and following policy. He said that he was going to give him the professional courtesy of handcuffing him in the front as opposed to putting the handcuffs behind him. And the chief deputy is giving the trooper a hard time about it. I don't know if this is booze or his attitude, but this is absolutely baffling to me under the circumstances to place him in this position. Another thing I would like to discuss are two terms: officer discretion and professional courtesy. Officer discretion means that there are several different things that the officer could potentially do in a situation. None of them violate a policy, and the officer chooses to do one for one reason, one for another reason, but it's all within the officer's discretion. A professional courtesy, which is basically amongst people who work in the same field. A professional courtesy would not violate a law or a policy. If you could give that courtesy to a civilian, then you could give it to an off-duty officer. Do officers write citations for every single person that they pull over? Absolutely not. Are they mandated to write them for officers under those circumstances? No, but that would be considered a professional courtesy potentially. So as long as you're not violating a policy or a law, those are the two terms that you'll hear spoken very frequently. And here's the interesting thing about that. Off-duty officers sometimes expect officers to violate policy, and you should never, because I've seen officers lose their jobs for trying to extend a courtesy to an officer that was a policy violation. New officers, aspiring officers, don't get caught up in that. Your badge means more.
Okay, what are they for? Okay. Go ahead. I'll let you go up there.
There's a gun in there.
Okay. So where's your pills?
He's let him go get his pills out of the car, and he even told the trooper, he said the gun's in there. Again, we're thinking about this guy's going through a lot of things, and a lot of leeway he's being given, a lot of grace he's being given by the trooper. And again, it's the trooper's stop, not mine, but these are things that I'm definitely going to mention.
Okay.
Guns in there, and
Okay. Should be all right with them in here?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go. I'll follow you.
Just sit me in the back seat.
Yeah, we'll sit you in the back seat. Go ahead. Okay, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
You know,
We'll go on that side. No, go on the passenger side. Go ahead and slide on in. Kind of knocking my stuff loose there. All right.
well,
Go ahead and get buckled. You want to be buckled? You want to be buckled?
are you serious?
You don't want to be buckled? I mean, that's up to you, I guess.
Man,
It's not my fault. Don't look at me like it's
no, it's my fault.
Okay. I mean, like I said, I do not want to do this to another law enforcement officer. I've always heard about it happening. Never wanted it to happen to me. Okay? But like I said, there's nothing I can do about it. You understand that?
No, I
It's
do
not on me.
understand. I know it's not on you.
Okay.
And I
If you were
appreciate
some other guy out here, driving around suspended, no job, whatever, I'd be doing the same thing.
I much lost my life, lost my career, and probably lost my life.
Well, I hope not. I mean, I don't know what you guys, I don't know how everything goes over there, but you have a pretty good chance of, judge finding you not guilty. He does that quite a bit. I don't know how. I've never seen him in court with another officer with a DWI, but in that court, it's kind of hit or miss whether or not we're gonna get a conviction on DWI. So, I don't know if being charged with it is enough for you to get fired, or I don't know if you have to be convicted of it. A couple things to think about, maybe.
No, I'll be gone. Sure.
All right, I'm gonna shut this door, okay?
And again, that's not typically me. I don't feel like I'm drunk enough to, be, I don't know.
Be intoxicated,
Yes.
over the legal limit. Well, like I said, I gave you the choice if you wanted to take this and see where you're at, or, just go on down with no test.
So there's something I like to mention, especially if it's a state trooper. A state trooper in all the 50 states, they could work anywhere in the state. They have jurisdiction in the whole state. So they may have actually even handled calls together, or if this guy doesn't end up losing his job, they may handle calls together in the future. So it's different than a person that works at, let's say, a department store, and during the holiday sale, you let your friend get in the front of the line, or you let a person that works at another sister store get in the front of the line. So this is serious. I mean, it's a very, very different dynamic, and it's interesting because imagine if they were on some high-risk call and this person that's in the back seat of the car saved the trooper's life. I mean, these are things that go through one's mind, but you still must follow the policy and the law. And if anyone should know it, it's the 15-year person that's sitting in the back seat.
Hello. Hey, I am 1015 with a white male. Yep. Like I said, just north of 206 here, waiting on someone to come get his vehicle. And then we'll be going to Boone County. Should be here about 10 minutes maybe. But I'll let you know when I'm headed out. Yep. It's good. Okay. Any more on the cows? Okay. Yeah.
He hears this radio traffic in this conversation, or he hears this conversation, and he's probably said something identical with someone in the backseat of his car.
So, what do I do now? What do you think?
Well,
15 years law enforcement?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I've got just what was on the camera there, a little bit of your driving. So, if you're refusing all other tests, then that's going to be the only evidence we have. So, you're just kind of taking a chance on what the judge wants to do. But,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I can't give you any legal advice, but, you may have a shot doing that, or, if you took a portable and you were under, then, you know, there's just another chance you could take on that too. So
I feel like I'm under, to be honest with you. I don't drink much, but
yeah.
But I know how it goes, you know, back in the day. And of course, been a long time. An officer could just take them home.
Yeah, I know. I've heard about that. But, you know, I mean, just because that's what they used to do doesn't mean that was right.
Yeah. You're right.
We also used to slap people around just for back talking. Can't do that anymore either.
Well, I used to do that too, but...
So this interesting conversation that they're having back and forth. We used to slap people around back then, and the guy in the backseat, yeah, I used to do that too. Interesting admission, knowing that he's on camera, but his honesty is interesting because people get to see that. And I always go back to when I hired on, I consider it the golden age of policing, the early 90s, where everything transitioned because that's called heavy-handed, being heavy-handed. And we've seen videos recently of heavy-handed police. That happens sometimes. I don't condone it. However, what I am surprised that he's saying this kind of stuff on camera, and especially in the situation that he's in, and I've said the same before, if you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. It doesn't bode well for him because now the original video has been seen 7 million something times. It's not a good look for this guy.
Sorry to bother you. You don't have any water or anything in there.
Water?
Yeah, just water.
I do have, actually. I got that. You want to drink? You want any of that? You got coffee up there, don't you?
Yeah.
Can we go get it?
I'll tell you what, if you open that tailgate, I got water in there.
Okay. Nothing back there.
Oh, it's in the back seat.
Piece of carpet.
Look, back seat.
Okay.
You're a gentleman.
Yeah, no problem.
So what you don't realize, because you can't see from the POV, is that the partition is down. So there's a partition in most vehicles that would separate the prisoner from the officer. And obviously if he passed it through, the partition was down. Unless they don't have partitions in those cars, but I can't imagine that they don't. Interesting. He's getting a lot of leeway here. Taking what I believe are prescription pills in the back of the vehicle, anything could potentially happen. It's a huge, huge liability and not a normal practice that I have seen before.
Hello. How's it going? Been better, I guess?
Yeah.
Well, I got him in the back seat there. I guess you guys are taking the truck?
Yeah.
Who's driving it? Okay. Have you got your driver's license on you? I just gotta, we just want to run it and make sure everybody knows who I'm policing the vehicle to, okay? You want to talk to her?
Please.
You can talk to him if you want.
Can you let me out, man? I mean...
Well, I don't want to do that, and I'm not saying you're going to run or do anything stupid, but,
He doesn't have anything to say.
you know.
This is ridiculous. And you are no better than Jamie Ralston. And all she wants to say to you is for you to come get your stuff. Because if you cared about her, you wouldn't do this.
This is really interesting to watch this split screen of him looking at this facility that he may have brought prisoners to. I don't know if he did or not, but to see this from that perspective, it's got to be incredibly sobering for him. The other thing is housing for law enforcement officers is very specific when they're brought into these types of facilities. They have to be housed alone, obviously. I've unfortunately seen officers inside of jail. It's not a fun sight, but it happens.
That's what I told him. I said, man, I've always heard about this, so I hope it never happened to me. But
Did you want a copy of my driver?
yeah, there's nothing I can do about it.
What's his name?
Michael Dunn. Michael Dunn. He's the chief. Chief deputy. Sorry, chief deputy. I worked with him on that deal out at Newton County, out at Western Grove. That guy that had the baby on. Wasn't that Thanksgiving? I think. Yeah.
one of the holidays last year.
Yeah, I think it was Thanksgiving.
I don't know if you heard that, but he said that he worked on a call with him. He worked on something with him. So they actually worked together. Maybe the arrestee didn't recognize the trooper. It's interesting. This happens.
What sucks, he's like, man, you can't just, I'm like, I can't do anything. I said, it's all on camera. I mean, I can't just let you go or let somebody come pick you up. I mean, they have preached that to us and preached that to us. He kept looking at me. I said, don't look at me like that. I said, it's not my fault. I told him, I mean, of course he knows. I was like, well, you know the drill. I said, you can either take a test or not take a test. If you're under, you know, I can help you out. If you decide not to do anything, then it's up to the judge, whatever he decides to do.
In custody. So I want to read from the original video. I have not confirmed this, so I don't know the veracity of what's written here, but I'm just going to read off of what it says here. This is pinned in the description. Dunn was cited for driving while intoxicated, first offense, and for refusing to submit to a chemical test of his breath. Dunn resigned from his job in the immediate aftermath of his arrest. It shows that he was found guilty of driving while intoxicated in order to pay an $800 fine and sentenced to 1 year in jail. All but 1 day was suspended, and he got credit for time served for that. This kind of situation, a 15-year career thrown down the drain over getting behind the wheel while driving. Now, this person apparently had some other things going on, and I hope that he got the help that he needs, because this is some time ago. I believe this is actually from 2019, so hopefully he's turned his life around. Something that I'd like to also share. I'd like to shout out people who are reaching a milestone in sobriety. That is a huge milestone, and I've seen people, friends and family members who have done those things, and it is incredible. So I want to shout you out, even if it's 1 day, because you're making your life better every single day that you make the choice to say no and abstain. And you have my respect. And if you want to, in the comment section, to say how much time you are now sober, please do. And others in the comment section, give them some support, because I know that it takes a lot for people to do that and especially speak out about it. But I want to take this moment to shout out every single person that is celebrating a milestone of sobriety, even if it's 1 day. Shout out from the Sergeant Curtis channel. If you like this kind of content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the video that's on your screen for more content just like this. Stay sober.